Hello again, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm a full-time eBay reseller based in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm here to help you get out of your head. I want you to succeed as a reseller, and part of that is productivity, right? Just feeling like you're busy doesn't mean that you're actually being productive. You have to look at the outcomes that you're actually achieving. So, today we're going to talk about batching work. Before we get into it, I must clarify that the way we work is so varied across all our situations. You know, working on your own versus working with an hour a day only, working with a bunch of kids running around, like all that influences our ability to work and our feelings towards when we feel like working. So batching work is just one way of making that better if it works for you. So do decide if it actually works for you. And I would like to hear in the comments below actually if you're a batcher or if you like to complete a bunch of tasks for an item before moving on to the next item. Batching really just means you do one task for a bunch of items, and then you move on to another task for a related task for that same bunch of items. I am a batcher purely because I can craft my day better if I batch. Let me explain. So I have a place to take photos. So therefore, when I'm sitting there and I'm getting 2 hours of work done, I'm just taking photos. For me, I find that if I'm focused and I am in autopilot mode, so to speak, I get a lot more done. By that, I mean, if I take photos of 100 items, then put them on eBay, upload 100 items, photos, and then do the listings for 100 items, I do that in a shorter amount of time compared to if I did the photos, then uploaded, then made the listing live, then repeated for item number 2, item number 3. That takes me a lot longer because I find that I'm breaking flow. My body is doing 3 different things over and over again, and that pattern doesn't feel smooth to me at all. That's just me, right? The other thing why I do batching is because it then allows me to split the work between what I do, what Jenny does, what Brian, our helper, does. Because if he's in this spot, then I have to work in a different spot. And then my tasks will be determined based on the location I'm at because I operate out of a house and a garage, right? So it's not like we all have identical office spaces where we all can do all our tasks all at the same time. So that's another reason. It's a flexibility thing. The third reason that actually really, I guess, hits it home for me with batching is that it allows me to get started with work. What do I mean by that? Personally, if I have to do 3 tasks for me to have a tick for an item, when I'm tired, I don't want to do it. I just don't feel like doing it. Cannot be stuffed. So for me, when I work, especially in the nighttime period where the kids have gone to bed, and from 10 o'clock to about 2 in the morning, when I can get about 100 to 200 drafts done, just because I'm batching. Because my brain goes, just open your laptop, start a listing. And so once I start that one listing, second listing, third listing, I'm on a roll, right? It's just the same thing over and over again, the same behavior over and over again. And that is so easy to do when I'm tired. But if I had to alternate between 3 different activities when I'm tired, no way I get anything done. I'll just resent doing eBay altogether. So that works for me. Yeah. What works for you, right? How do you allocate time to your business? And for those of you that mentally checked out because I'm not a business, you're a business, right? You have to work towards consistency. It has to eventually become a business anyways, even if it's a small scale business. So you have to treat it like one. How do you allocate time? How do you allocate the work that you do? And I suppose what actually gets you productive? Because if you say to me, productivity isn't a thing, I just do it for fun, platforms getting more competitive. If you're just doing it for fun, things are fun when you don't need the money, but when you start needing the money and you don't have the right fundamentals to make that money, it stops being fun very quickly. So, for me, it always started as fun, and then it just became more fun when I made money. So, likewise, productivity is the end goal. It has to be, otherwise you're not going to be able to compete. So, assuming that you want to be productive and assuming that you want to actually make money faster on eBay for each item that you list, phone, you have to figure out how you work and whether batching or doing complete tasks works better for you. Brian, who works for me, he is a completing task kind of person, which means if I tell him to batch work, it gets boring and he actually slows down over time. But if I tell him to do all the things like the packing and the organizing that involves completing, like clearing an area of stuff, or packing orders and making sure it's like start to finish is complete, then he actually works better because he finds that that's how he feels more productive. So what works for you? I'd love to hear in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.